Backstreet's back. All right.
Today on the Free Outside Show, we have on a 200-mile specialist. Well, he's also good at other stuff. He has the record on the Colorado Trail. It is a great conversation, but first, we have Outdoor March Madness. It is still going on. You can still get a bracket in. Now, what is Outdoor March Madness? Well, you've probably heard about March Madness, the NCAA basketball tournament where everyone fills out a bracket. Well, because I just have so much free time on my hands, I created the same concept, but for the outdoors. And I made 4 different regions. We have the trail region, the gear region, the problems region, and the snack region. Now, an early favorite might be Appalachian Trail, nerd clusters, new shoes, or blisters. Maybe. But how we're doing it is go to freeoutside.com and you can fill out a bracket of how you think this is going to go. And then over there's all the instructions. And from there, you vote on each of the matchups. And the winner by vote, we have hundreds of votes in already, will decide who moves on to the next round. So we're going to go round by round. Why would you play this? Well, for one, it's fun. And I thought it would be a fun thing to throw out there and put in the world, in a world that seems contentious and crazy and like we have no control over it. Well, what should we do in the wake of that? We should have some fun. So I spent a lot of time building this webpage so you can create your bracket. I also garnered a number of prizes that we're going to raffle off just for people playing, and then a grand prize for the best bracket. Now, what could you win? You could win free shoes from Mount to Coast. You could win hundreds of dollars in John G gift cards. You could win hundreds of dollars in Garage Grown Gear gift cards. You could win a sampler of all the Trail Goods Co. meals, of which we did a great podcast with Luke, the owner, breaking down the tournament. You could win a food bag from Backcountry Exposure. You could win a race entry to Joe's race over on Everyday Ultra, the Desert Peaks race. You could win a race entry through Sasquatch Running, who's out on the East Coast in New Jersey and does a bunch to give back and create a fund and an ability for low-income runners to race, but you could just win a free entry. You could win a race entry to Montana Meltdown, the race we put on here in beautiful Bozeman, Montana. So there is a lot you could win. Oh yeah, of course, Sawyer. You could win a filter. You could win a jug of sunscreen, which we talk so highly about. There are many options. So just go over to freeoutside.com, put in a bracket, play along, have a good time. Maybe you'll win something, maybe you won't, but at least it will be good, light-hearted banter. All right, speaking of lighthearted banter, this is a fun show with Mike McKnight. We break down kind of his past in 200s, breaking his back, putting on his own race, Old Ephraim, up in Utah, and sort of what his goals are this year, including basically running every 200 mile to ever be thought up. So he is running Arizona Monster in a couple weeks. We talk about him being competitive. We talk about music. It's a great episode. I encourage you to listen all the way through. And if you love this, I hope you do. We have over 200 episodes out. You can support the show by just listening to all of them. I don't know how that would support the show, but it would be cool because it would get our numbers up. That would be 200 more listens added to a few 100,000. So that would really make an impact, I could tell. Or you can subscribe on Patreon, patreon.com/freeoutside, or just shop from our brand sponsors, John G, Garage Grown Gear, Sawyer, CS Coffee. That's the other way to support. Or you can just like, subscribe, give 5 stars, or just be a nice person. That would be support enough for us. All right, let's dive into this episode with the dairy farmer, hybrid rock star, Michael McKnight. Today on the Free Outside podcast, we have on the hybrid rock star himself. Do you think you've done more to validate ultra running by doing well at Hyrox than anyone else in the 50 years of ultra running?
I don't know. I'm too confused right now to say anything because you just called me a hybrid rock star. I hate that term so much.
Yeah, me too. But I do think, just to dive into it a little seriously, it was pretty cool to see you like literally change sports and do well in Hyrox. Like people who do well at ultras are both fit and good at sports, right? Did that validate things a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, the thing I learned about Hyrox is it's a runner sport. You don't
Mm-hmm.
like people were out lifting me at the start, but as it progressed and you had to do more running, they just slowly faded and I just kept going. So if you have some kind of a build and you're a good runner, like you could do pretty well at Hyrox, at least in my experience.
Yeah, why is it taking over? What was it like for all of us who have just made fun of it but never been to one? Why is it so huge?
I mean, it's a new way to push yourself. That's the first time I've ever done something where I like tasted blood in my mouth from pushing
Uh-huh.
so hard. Like my average heart rate was 170. Like I'm not used to that. So it's just fun to try something new. And I mean, I feel like it complements ultra running. Like
Hmm.
my like tank aerobically has improved so much ever since I've trained for a Hyrox.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, the only other time I've heard that from runners is on like a VK where they're like tasting metal or tasting blood is
Yeah.
the same type of thing, but just both sound brutal.
Yeah, and until it happens, you don't like it's like, what is going on? Am I dying right now?
Yeah, no, I can't imagine, especially all those different disciplines too. Are you just wrecked the next day? Is your body just destroyed?
I mean, yes and no. Like I was fatigued. I mean, I'll compare it to a 50K because
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, you were going hard, but you're done in an hour. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it just felt like a 50K, honestly.
Okay. Okay. So before we lose everyone who's not into high rocks, let's move back to your schedule. So you've had, or just your year, you've had like one of the crazier up and down things from it felt like we're gonna take off running, had moved into biking, and then coming back with a vengeance for everything over 200 miles. Was it like a whiplash, really crazy experience for you as well as everyone kind of watching from the outside of what you were going through as well with your back flaring up and stuff?
I mean, it was just a miserable experience. It wasn't crazy. Like
Yeah.
that, I've broken my back,
Hmm.
and I mean, for those that don't know, I had a herniated disc last year, and it was like giving me some nerve damage. Like, I don't know how much you know about MRIs, but the MRI showed my disc, and it was just pushing all my nerves together. Like, I couldn't stand up straight. I couldn't walk. There was nights when I'd lay down to snuggle with my son before he went to bed, and my wife had to come help me get out of bed because I couldn't sit up. Like it, this experience was way worse than when I broke my back. So, and like when I got on the bike, my wife's a
Hmm.
cyclist, so she's like, "Hey, try cycling, see if that feels okay." And just the way you bend over on the bike, it took all the pressure off of those nerves. So I could bike. Like there was one day I biked 200 miles. It was like all day. It was like a 13-hour bike ride. I didn't feel a thing while I was on the bike, but as soon as I got off the bike, like I couldn't stand up. The pain hurt. Like so, it was just a miserable experience. It wasn't crazy. It was miserable.
Wow. So you can take Mike McKnight out of the 200s, but you can't take the 200s out of Mike McKnight.
No, I'll find a way. Hop on a bike. Yeah.
That is crazy. And then did you ventured into some bike races too? Was that looking like what the future was going to be? More like biking type of stuff?
No, I knew it was just like a placeholder until I was feeling better. But that being said, I mean, with my year this year, for
Mm,
those who've done like a lot of back-to-back racing, like you know that like there's an initial buildup, and then once you get into the height of it all, there's not a ton of running in between. And so I do plan on doing a lot of cycling between all the races I'm doing this year as like a fitness thing, but I'm not going to do any races this year. But I think it complements running quite a bit.
yeah, totally. And I think the kind of it's a very holistic year too, because you're also launching a 200 that it ends where you broke your back. Is that correct? Am I
Yeah,
correct in that?
yeah, you
Wow.
pay
So
attention. Nice.
I tried to do research, but there's so much depth to everything you're doing, and you cross over so many sports. I have some blind spots here. So yeah, I want to get into the race, but first, let's dive into kind of the backstory, literally, of how that happened and where that happened and why you decided to bring a race ending at that spot.
Yeah, so the 200 that I'm race directing?
Yeah, Old Ephraim. Am I saying that right? Ephraim? Okay.
Yeah, Old Ephraim. So yeah, Old Ephraim's like a legend up where I live in northern Utah. It was this huge bear, folklore like a grizzly. It was the supposed last grizzly in our mountains, and like folklore says, when it stood on its hind legs, it was like over 9 feet tall. So yeah, a hunter went out and trapped it and killed it because it was killing all of his sheep back in the day. And so there's a monument in our mountains. The race goes right by it. I've been trying to get this thing going since 2020. I actually, for a time, I don't know if you knew this, but I worked for Candace Burt at Destination Trail for like 3 months.
Oh,
Um,
I didn't know.
yeah, so I used to work at Ultra, and when I quit Ultra, I was talking to her about working for her as like marketing because it was just after I finished, or sorry, won all of her 200s back in 2019. So she's like, hey, like there's a lot of momentum with your name in my races. I need a marketing director. Do you want to come work for me? And I was like, oh, sure, that sounds amazing. And then 3 months later, COVID happens and she had to cancel her races. So I lost that position. But in the midst of that all, I told her, I was like, hey, if you want to bring a 200 to Logan, like I have this route I've been thinking about. I'd love to start working on that. And then nothing ever came from it because of COVID. But I kept working on it, and it's taken, I've been trying to get this permitted for 6 years now. So it's, yeah, like it's been a work in progress. And I've always had the dream of having it finish at the ski resort where I broke my back. Um, and then yeah, it's a point to point. There's two out and backs, but that's just to get to like two different peaks for a view. They're not needed.
Hmm.
It's point to point, starting in Logan, Utah, and ends at our local ski resort up Logan Canyon called Beaver Mountain.
Wow. Yeah, I remember you and Ben were telling me about this like 3 years ago, and then I never saw anything. And then finally, in the last like 6 months, it's like, oh, it's here. This is the thing they were talking about.
Well, yeah, it's crazy. Like last November, the Forest Service wanted to meet with me, and they didn't say why. And so I just went in like what are we talking about this time? Like
Hmm.
I given up hope, honestly. And then we have a new, I don't know what her title is, events coordinator for the Forest Service, but she met with me and she went through the route with me, and she's like, okay, yeah, aside from a few changes you need to make, like it's good. You can do it next year if you want. Like it just came from out of nowhere. And that's why I was like kind of rushed all of a sudden because I didn't think it was ever going to happen. And all of a sudden it did happen. So we threw a quick ultra sign up page together and opened it up, and now it's here.
Yeah, that's awesome. A little bit more on this. What does it take to get a route approved? Like, did you have to meet with different agencies and ski resorts and come up with the route yourself? And like, how did you put this on?
So the initial approval is the Forest Service.
Hmm.
So like I haven't done anything because if I can't get approval from them, then there's no point, right?
Yep.
And so in that meeting in November, she's like, yeah, you had like, her wording was like, we'll give you approval, like contingent on this checklist that you have to do. And that's where that other stuff comes through. Like part of the course goes through trust lands. So I had to contact Sitla and get a permit from them. I had to contact the ski resort and give them some money for a campground rental for the finish line. It's starting in a city, so I have to talk to the city still about getting permission to start at the park there. There's a highway crossing, so I have to talk to UDOT, Utah Highway Patrol, about if we need to hire a policeman for 3 days to guide people across the highway, or like what's, yeah. So there's a lot of behind the scenes that people don't know about. Um,
Yeah, and I feel like that's what happens with all these races. Like people are quick to criticize, but don't realize like how much these things take. The
yeah,
longer they are, too.
yeah, but I mean, like aside from figuring stuff out with the city park and UDOT, like everything is good to go. So we're kind of on the home stretch in terms of like approval. Now it's the other hard stuff, like getting all the tents, the arch for the finish.
Yeah.
This race is up in Logan Canyon where there's like no service. So I'm gonna buy like 4 or 5 Starlinks to rotate between aid stations, so there can be some kind of tracking and communication. But yeah, it's, I mean, to say I'm stressed is an understatement. Like I finished the Bigfoot 200, and when I get back, I have 5 days to mark the course, and my race starts like 5 days later. So it's a lot.
Wow. And you said Candace is in charge of the live stream?
Yeah.
I'm just just kidding.
There's no live stream this year.
And so, and yeah, while we're on this, what are the dates of it, and is it exactly 200 miles? And what's the gain and loss?
It's August 24th. It starts on a Monday, so Cocodona style.
Mhm.
It's 213 miles and 40,000 feet of climbing. So it's very similar to Bigfoot in terms of elevation profile.
Big time. Yeah, and what's the cutoff? How long do they have?
Oh, what is it? It starts Monday morning at 6 a.m. and they have till Friday at 11:59 p.m. We have to be done before midnight. So that is, I don't know what that is, 100 and
Yeah, me
something hours.
neither.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of hours to
Yeah.
potentially be
I mean,
out
it's like
there.
12 hours. It's essentially 12 hours less than Cocodona, but it's also 37 miles shorter. So it's fair, I feel.
Yeah, like 50 miles a day or something
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's fair. So how do you balance all this stuff? Because you coach a full roster of athletes. You're running, is it 4 200 milers this year or 5?
5 200s plus Hardrock. So
Okay.
that's basically
And
200.
then you have a family. Yeah.
Whole family, yeah. No, it's hard. Like, it's a lot of work. I'm in over my head, I feel like. But fortunately, I have people that are helping me with the race.
Mhm.
And I told them, like, I'm swarming myself right now. Like, I'm doing everything. Like, I've set up everything. And I was like, this is because once my races start, like, I need you to step up and start doing other stuff. So if I was 100% on my own, I don't know how I'd pull it off. But the fact that I have other people to help me once I'm busy, it's it's a lot more. It's helping me a lot more mentally, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, for these, if it was like a 50K, that's one thing, but for these 200s, like you have to be very present in racing. It's very immersive experience. You're not like taking work calls on the go.
No, I know. But I mean, I figure it's going to be good active recovery after Bigfoot to go hike my course and set up the flags and stuff.
I guess so.
Yeah,
Good might be a unique word choice, but it will be active recovery, whether it's
I
good or
will.
bad.
It'll take a long time, I'm sure, but yeah.
Yeah,
Fortunately, I don't have any races in September, so I have September off to catch up on everything.
yeah, and then you'll close it out with Moab because you're doing the Triple Crown of 200s. You're doing with Arizona Monster, Cocodona, and then Hard Rock is
Yeah,
also okay. So pretty
100%.
light year.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Was
this
it
is basically my last big training week for the year. And then the rest of the year is just essentially recover, taper, recover, taper.
and direct a race? Yeah.
Yeah, and race direct.
Wow. Wow, that is crazy. So basically you've done an entire build here and then it's have you scheduled out did you schedule your year out that way too? Are you like did you get specific to Monster or how did you even schedule training up to this point and then almost like stay healthy for the duration of the year?
That's what I have Jeff Browning for.
Yeah, that's why you pay a coach.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to
The
think about that part.
Okay, fair. Okay, so what drew you to want to do the Triple Crown of 200s again? Because you've done that, you've won that, you've had the record before. Why go back?
So a couple things. I was planning on going after the Arizona Trail again this year. For those that don't know, I've gone after that 3 times and I've failed 3 times. So that was the original plan. Cocodona, Race Direct, and the Monster, like a lightish year. And then the Arizona Trail Foundation like announced that there's a good
Mhm.
chance the Grand Canyon is going to be closed. I mean, I saw a post a day or two for years because of the fire damage and then the potential bad weather that could delay rebuilding the trail. And so when they announced that, I was like, oh, well, I need to find something else to do. And to take a back step, Killian Korth, he's such a good dude. Like, I'm happy
Mhm.
that he took my Triple Crown record. On the flip side, though, like being at Moab last year and Bigfoot, I crewed Bigfoot and Moab, and like having a jacked up back and just watching him crush it and take away my record, like it stung a little that I just one, I was losing my record, and two, I wasn't doing a thing last year as running because of my injury. So I knew I was going to go back for the triple one day because I love the triple, and now that someone took it back, I want it back, or at least to
Yep.
come after it again. And so once the Arizona trail was a no go for this year, I was like, oh well, might as well go for the triple. And I signed up for it. And then I got into Hardrock, and you can't say no to that once you finally. I've been applying to that for 10 years, so
Yep.
yeah, that's just where we ended up today. You know,
Okay. So I was wondering if it was the competitive spirit. So there is some of that involved in the Triple Crown here.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Does that make do you have to order the races like the Triple Crown would be the A goal, or is everything an A goal? Like, how do you see your races this year? How are you attacking them in priority?
I mean, I set some pretty specific goals for all of them, and none of them. I mean, if I hit my specific goals, it would imply that I would get the Triple Crown back. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the goal written down of getting the Triple Crown back, if that makes sense. So,
Mm-hmm.
like, I have a goal to go under 50 hours for both Bigfoot and Tahoe, which would get me really close to the Triple Crown. And then I have a goal to go under 55 hours at Moab. And so if I hit those three goals, I should get the Triple Crown back. I have a goal to go in the top 10 at Hardrock, mostly because that's not my style of racing, and I set realistic goals, and I know I'm not going to win that race.
Not
uh,
with that attitude.
hey, I'm realistic. I'm not. That's not my race. But I'd be very happy with top 10, especially
Yeah.
like 3.5 weeks after Tahoe 200, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I do have individual goals for all my races, and I would say all of them are some style of like an A race slash goal, since they're specific to that race.
Yeah. And then how do you set up pacers for everything, or crew, or how do you make the ask of help for 1,000 miles of racing?
I don't like. I'm lucky to have people that want to do it. So like the monster, I had people ask if they could pace me. Um, people I coach are going to pace me
Mm-hmm.
for sections. Ben Light will be there. Actually, sorry, three people I coach are going to pace me. Ben Light, and then a friend in Arizona. And my wife just started training yesterday. She's hoping she can pace me for the last 16 miles. Um, but I mean, like I did Cocodona last year strategically without
Mm-hmm.
pacers. I feel like I've over the years relied on my pacers too much. And so I strategically wanted to do Cocodona to prove to myself that I don't need pacers. And so, I mean, if I don't end up having pacers for the rest of the races, I don't really care. If people come forward and want to do it, then I'll, of course, say yes. So, to answer your question, I'm not actively looking for pacers. It's either if someone wants to do it, then I'll let them. And if not, I'll just go by myself.
Yeah, no, I think it was really cool what you did at Cocodona last year. It was just your wife at aid stations most of the time, and you just kind of grabbed your gear and you were on your own for the whole thing, right? No
Yeah.
pacers at all.
I will say, and this was like a big aha moment for me, but like towards the end, that new aid station, um,
Wildcat.
Wildcat.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I got there and Jeff Browning was there since he lives in Flagstaff. And he was like, "Hey, Mike, like I was planning on crewing and pacing Jesse Haynes, but he dropped. Can I just run with you and then I'll turn around when I'm done?" Kind of a thing. I was like, "Oh, yeah, sure, dude." So he came out with me for 2 or 3 miles and then turned around and went back. I realized after he left me that I walked way more in that section than all the other sections. Like,
Wow.
when I was by myself, I'd be like, okay, I can't run all of this, but I'm going to try running for 30 seconds and then walking for 15 seconds. Like I had these strategic, like run walk things set up in my head. But then when Jeff was with me, it was just like we were talking, we were catching up, and I just started walking and focusing on what he was saying and focusing on what I was saying. And I didn't try that strategy as much. So moving forward, I either need to like just not have a pacer or be very self-aware on if I'm going as hard as I can be versus just like talking to them and having a good time together.
Yeah, I've noticed that with FKTs, and all I've done is self-supported, is you can't offload any of the work. It's sort of like you're just in it and you got to do everything yourself, and that's what you're doing. But when you have a pacer, I've noticed, and it's almost like you can give up some of the control and not have to push yourself, and no one's going to know how to push yourself as good as you. But yeah, it does feel like you're letting go of the reins, and I don't know, maybe that is bad, or maybe that gives you leeway to not push as hard or be a
Yeah.
baby or make excuses or something.
I don't know, yeah. I guess I didn't even think of that. Maybe it is a good thing that they're there to dial you back a little bit. But
I
I
don't
don't
know.
feel like I was overdoing it before Jeff got there by doing a run walk strategy. So I definitely feel like there's more on the table, at least in that scenario when he was running with me.
No, I'm on your side totally. I think that it's they could dial you back for worse most of the time or something. Like there is always a little bit more to give, and when you're as self-critical as I think we both are, it's like you can push yourself a little bit harder than maybe someone whose job it is to push you is going to do out there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a very interesting thing. I've always thought, and there was that debate kind of going on pacers and elite shorter races, shorter for us, but that they changed the dynamic of things. And I think it's true. I think it would be fun if there was like a 200 where no one gets pacers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Carl Meltzer would love that. He thinks having Pacers is like cheating.
Yeah. John G is a sponsor of the show, and I just went for a run in trail tights. Can you believe that? Me in tights. You had to see it. They've won awards, and I actually thought they were pretty good. They didn't chafe. I don't know if I'm really a tight person, but they've got so much else that's good over there. They are known for their pockets. I love the 2-in-1 shorts, and I wore the 7-inch ultra shorts to set the Appalachian Trail record. Why? Because of the pockets. Sun hoodies are coming out. They've got a spring refresh. Go over to johng.com. Free outside as a code. We'll get you 10% off, and tell them I sent you. Yeah, I don't know. I think it would be so different because different people thrive when there's like a well-dialed crew and pacer system, and other people, probably like us or other self-supported FKT people, really do well when it's like you got to be self-reliant and figure things out for yourself.
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
no, I had a thought, but my dog is barking. Can you hear him?
A little bit, but the neighbor next door is banging nails in the siding of their house, so I got
Okay.
noise on this side too.
Okay. Yeah, my freaking dog distracted me. I forgot what I was gonna say, unfortunately. Had something
Something
to do.
about pacers and pushing you as hard as you are,
Oh, no,
self-critical.
yeah. No, when you're saying like it's hard for a pacer to know how to push you, like on the flip side, I'm freaking stubborn. And so
Mhm.
like I like my pacers behind me, but Ben Light, he likes to pace in front. He thinks it makes me faster. But I'm like, no, dude, like you're either going slower than I want to go or you're going harder than I want to go. And when you're trying to make me go harder than I want to go, I deliberately slow down because you're pissing me off for making me go harder.
Do you guys ever have arguments out there? Because he's curd and paste you so much.
It's just about that's the main thing we argue about on if he's like actually pushing me, which he thinks he is, but I think I'm slowing down because he's trying to push me too much. But no, we hardly argue about stuff. It's hard to
Uh,
argue with Ben about stuff. He's too nice.
yeah, very fair. And is he part of the old Ephraim 200 as well?
I don't know how to answer that. He was supposed to be. So
Okay.
Great Western Adventures is the
Hmm.
destination trail of Old Ephraim 200. Like right, that's the company behind it, and that's something that he thought of. And he had all these grand ideas: race directing, run vacations, professional crew for hire. And so with Old Ephraim, kind of fast tracking it, like I went in and got a business license for Great Western, like did all like the paperwork and stuff. Um, and then he's supposed to be putting races together up where he lives. But we went running yesterday, and he told me, he's like, "Hey, Mike, don't hate me, but I'm feeling like I'm called in a different direction right now. I have these other ideas." So he's like, "I don't think I can be a part of this anymore. Are you okay with that?" And I was like, "Well, that adds a little bit more stress to my year, but you got to do what you got to do." And then he texted me this morning. He's like, "I'm so torn. Like ever since I told you that, I don't think I want that anymore. Let's talk more about this." So I don't know.
Okay, so developing story here.
Yeah, yeah. But there is
Wow.
another mutual friend
Hmm.
named Josh Knuckles. So it's supposed to be a 3-person thing. So It's me and Josh for sure. Ben is to be determined at this point.
Okay. And are there plans for it to expand beyond this first race as well?
Yeah. So, well, a lot of it will depend on if Ben's here. Like
Yep.
he has a 100 miler and a 60K route planned up where he lives. And I guess I can take those routes from him if he's not a part of it. But my buddy Josh, he's like got a mountain bike background. And so eventually we're going to put together some like ultra mountain bike endurance races together.
Mhm.
Do you know what the Brawl 300 is?
Is it a bike race?
No.
No,
So
then.
back in 2020, this is kind of like an idea that I had for a long time. And then when COVID happened, Ben was like, let's do it. Let's do it together. But it stands for Bear River and Wasatch Link Up. So what
You
it
guys
is,
told me about this.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you run the Bear 100 backwards. Then there's a connector 100-mile route from the Bear 100 start / the Brawl Bear 100 finish.
Finish.
If you're going
Yeah.
backwards. Connector route to the start of the Wasatch 100, and then you run the Wasatch 100. So 300 miles connecting two of Utah's most iconic 100-mile races. One day, and I don't know how this would look because of all the different forests it goes through and because it's like two different races already, but the goal is to make that a race one day as well. So yes, long answer for a shorter question. We do plan on doing more races eventually.
Of of larger distances and smaller
Yes,
distances.
exactly.
So no big deal.
Yeah.
Where do you see ultra running and kind of these races expanding to? Where, as it grows, do you think things will keep getting longer and longer? Do you think we're going to go past the 300-mile distance? Because now we're like a week long on these races.
I know. We're just gonna get to the point where it's just like FKTs are no more. It's just races on all these races. The Colorado Trail 500. I'm kidding, obviously, because a lot of those FKT routes you can't make an organized race because of wilderness and permit issues. But I mean, I never thought I'd see a 300-mile race one day, and it's here. So, I mean, with all the other, with like the backyard style races, there's that one Transcendent race.
Oh yeah,
York or whatever.
the one around the block in New York City.
Yeah, isn't that like 1,000 miles or something?
Yeah, it's a lot of miles. I can't remember, but it's more
Yeah.
than 300.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, as long as people will pay for it, like, I wouldn't be surprised to see a 400 than a 500. Like, yeah.
Do those interest you? Are you, because now you're jumping up to 300. Do you see yourself going further if a bigger one exists out there?
Yeah, I mean, you can relate. Like, this is what we're good at, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I know you've thrown some solid shorter distance times down for sure, but like, and maybe you can speak for yourself, but like, if I'm doing a 50K 50 miler or even a 100 miler against like Jim Walmsley, I'm not gonna win. Like, you saw it with my confidence with Hardrock. Like, that's more my style because it's like I feel like that's closer to a 200-mile in terms of like difficulty than 100. But still, the people that show up to that, like, that's their specialty. That's not my specialty. So as far as like I'm concerned, like, the longer it is and the more you need to be good at sleep deprivation, the better I am at it. So yeah, if it's gonna grow to 400 or 500 or 600, I'm gonna sign up for it one day.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I don't even know what would call me. I think I would be intrigued if it got like a 600 miler. I think I'd be more intrigued than a 300 miler. For now, I'm just content with 250 every single May.
Right. Well, and you got to ask, what's the price going to be, right? Like $2,000 for a 200 times that by 3. Like, do I have to pay $6,000 to run 600 miles? Then no, I'm not going to sign up for it.
Yeah, and then if it's like 2 weeks long, I got to have like an out of office email. I got to have someone to cover my coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the thing with like coaching. It's like, okay, I can front load people's plans. We can get communication before these 200 start. But like, like when I go after the Arizona Trail, like the 2.5, 3 weeks before I do that's just like such a headache. Like, trying to get everyone's plans done before I'm out, try to talk everybody before I'm out. Like, I couldn't imagine Well, actually, I guess I could because the Arizona Trail is 800 miles, so I guess I could make 600 miles work.
Well, I can one up you. Before the Appalachian Trail, it was 6 months of preparing everything in my life to run for a month and a half. Like, it was such a mountain of work that it made me almost not want to do it. Of just like, I'm in my 30s, I have to make money. I don't want to blow up everything. These things are, I think that's the part that people don't realize is anyone going after these, even just the ability to take off and go after it is the major victory with how complicated it can be.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree with you, but on the flip side too, it's like it's pretty awesome that we can
Totally.
do that because there's not a lot of people who can front load their work and then go take 2 months off from their corporate job to go do something like that.
Yeah. Garage Grown Gear is the sponsor of the show. They've got everything you could need over there. It's a marketplace for small businesses, and it's like an e-commerce platform. So you can see all the brands that make like Alpha Direct hoodies, freeze-dried meals, peanut butter, trail butter, all kinds of stuff, jackets, rain jackets. So go over there, check it out, and just really discover a number of new small businesses. Yeah, my boss gives me an unlimited time off as long as I get my work done. So it's great.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you okay, I want to change topics here a little bit. Well, go backwards in time. What do you think your superpower, what makes you so good at these 200s? I'm curious because you're really good at them and consistently good at them. What makes you so good?
Well, so are you.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
It's my determination and ability to be alone.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. I just like being alone for 4 days.
Yeah, when you don't have any work to do. You don't have to stare at a screen. It's so good.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, I would say like, I mean, you do got to be fast to win them. Like, I'm not gonna like completely sell myself short, but I don't think it's speed has anything to do with it for me. And these might be like not the most inspiring answers, but
Oh, we're not a show people come to be inspired.
oh,
Don't
okay,
worry.
okay, good. I fit right in.
Yeah, you're our star guest already.
Okay,
Uninspiring.
because I'm not inspiring. Okay, thank you.
We're getting into your music choices next, so we're making sure not
Oh,
to
no.
inspire people.
I'm not embarrassed about that. We could talk about that the rest of the podcast, and I'd be happy. No, so I believe that is because I grew up on a dairy farm. Like when my friends were sleeping and having like, I love my friends, but like, nice convenient high school lives of like getting a full night's rest. Like I was out having fun with them, coming home, sleeping for an hour and a half, getting up to milk the cows at 2 a.m., getting home and sleeping for like an hour before I had to wake back up and go do school or go do football practice. So it was like I thrived my teenage years on little to no sleep while trying to perform with high school related things. So that is a huge part of it. Like I'm really good at not like on functioning with little sleep. And then two, this is probably the least uninspiring answer, and it's probably a little depressing, honestly. But like I have some, and I think a lot of ultra runners are in this shoes. It just depends on how severe is it. But I have some unresolved childhood trauma that I've never worked through, and I am really good at disassociating. And so like when I'm out there, the pain, the sorrow, like it just gets like kind of put on a shelf in the back of my brain, and I'm just like in a trance, and I just stop feeling. And so like my ability to like one, function on little sleep, and then two, push aside the raw emotions that I'm supposed to be feeling in that moment is pretty I'm pretty good at that, which is probably not good.
Well, it's good in that scenario, but I totally relate. I feel like I can just create this box in my mind with everything that hurts or feels bad or wanting to quit, and then just box it up and like set it right next to my my life, and then it's right there. I can see it, but I don't have to experience it.
Yeah.
And then I also feel like, I don't know if you feel like this too, but I can just like zoom out, like I'm just moving, but the world just like I'm right there, but it just feels so far away. Like I don't have to experience the ankle that's swollen or something.
Yeah,
It's something, but it doesn't affect me
it's
for
kind of like
better or
Mario
worse.
Kart, right?
Yeah,
Like when you
exactly.
drive in Mario Kart, like you're getting a look at yourself, and then like when you pick up a shell, it pops up above you in like a cloud. Like that shell on the cloud is your feelings. It's just like up above you, and you have this person or whatever that third person view of yourself.
Yeah,
And
yep.
yeah, it's just like Mario Kart.
It's so true. Man, there needs to be like a video game of FKTs or something of racing.
Didn't your boy Scott Jurek make a post about that? Like a Nintendo 64 game of like ultra running and talking about like
Oh, maybe.
people
There should be
complaining the
like
game.
a Oregon Trail one would be pretty good.
Yeah. The
Like,
Appalachian Trail featuring Jeff Garmire.
yeah, DNF'd because of Giardia. Yeah, dang.
That'd be a fun experience on a video game. Your player get Giardia and
Well, that trail or that game was so weird because it would just like pop up like Mary died and it's like a cross in a field and it's like, whoa, that was morbid quickly. Like, jeez.
continue on with the game.
Yeah, let's speed it up and now we're gonna float down the river and try not to hit a rock.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, as you keep, I mean, seemingly doing a lot of the same races, are you motivated to do them better or do you just really enjoy the races as well? Like, are you aiming at something in your career or however you want to say it? Or is it more like this process that really drives you? Because personally, like, I just love the process, honestly, more than anything. I'm not like amassing a masterpiece of work by the time I quit doing this.
Yeah. I'd say I'm like you. A little bit of all of it, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, I think it would be cool like one day to like, like Carl Meltzer, he's known as like, the 100-mile guy. Like it'd be
Mm-hmm.
fun one day to like, be known as that. But at the end of the day, like all my goals for the Triple Crown in these races are like time based. I mean, I do have a goal to set the course record at the Arizona Monster, so that would imply that I want to also win it. But like for the Triple Crown races, there's nothing in like I just said go under 50 hours, go under 50 hours, go under 55 hours. So I could get that goal and somebody could beat me and I'll still be okay with that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I just want to be known as like a, one of the contributors to that distance. And I thoroughly enjoy contributing to it. So it's a little bit of all of it.
Yeah. Haven't you been called like the king of 200s before?
I mean, I have before, but I would say that, Killian's earned that at this point.
Well, certainly by Instagram followers, that's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Why didn't I get those kind of followers when I did
I
that?
know. Yeah. Why didn't like Goggins and Cam Haynes tweet or post about you? I agree.
To be fair, Cam Haynes did. So like Cam Haynes definitely helped me with that. But
Well,
yeah,
during your Arizona trail thing, the head-to-head showdown, he did the weigh-in for you guys, right? Wasn't he like part of
yeah.
that?
And he tossed the coin too.
That thing was crazy. I don't know how you guys all felt about it, but it was a lot.
That was a fun format. I think they need to do more stuff. Like I think it would be so cool if that format happened on the Colorado Trail. Because the thing with the Arizona Trail, so for people that don't know, me and Ben like raced each other on the Arizona Trail. He started on the south, I started on the north, and we tried racing each other for the FKT. But on the Arizona Trail, there's one overall FKT. It doesn't matter if you go south to north or north to south. But on the Colorado Trail, there's 4 different FKTs. And so because there's east to west or west to east, but then in the middle, there's a branch off where you could take a different trail. And so it would be so cool, like in Durango to have 2 athletes, and Denver have 2 athletes, and then they all start at the same time and race each other. Theoretically, you could come away with 4 different FKTs in that format because there's 4 different FKTs on that trail. But I mean, I think that's a sweet format. I think like it's the amount of people that love watching Cocodona and following Candace's racers on the tracker, like it's pretty mind blowing to me. I like when I'm not racing Candace's races, like I'll check occasionally, but I'm not glued to it like a lot of people are. And so the amount of people that like eat this stuff up, I think they would love something like that. That's something I would follow for sure.
Yeah, should we do it? Me race you 2027. Let's go.
Okay.
Call it Colorado Trail.
Get 2 more people. Let's do it.
Yeah. So I think you're right. We need 4 people. Then we need a budget, so we're gonna need some sponsors, and then Jamil will do the live stream recap
Oh
or
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Jamil
like
listen
this.
to your podcast?
Jamil's, yeah, he's won a couple awards. We do year-end awards. He's won the King of Arizona twice in a row.
Oh,
And he
is
put
that
it,
the award that you told me that if I pull my year off, I might get one of those awards?
yeah, because we gave it to, I think her name Andrea Moore, who did like 8 or 9 something 200s last year. So she
Yeah.
won Walker of the Year. So it's
Walker of the Year.
yeah,
Nice.
it's a satirical award show just to make fun of other award shows. So like last
Like the
year,
Sundays.
yeah, exactly. So like last year there was the guy who who posted or ran the length of Africa. So since he said he ran Africa over multiple years, we were like, well, he gets Walker of the Year because there's no way he ran all that. Like,
Right, exactly.
so basically that's what we do.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
Jamil, if you're listening, live stream this. Well, I mean, he live streamed the Arizona Trail, so I'm sure he'd be all for it.
yeah. So I think that would be, yeah. Okay. Who would be some of the athletes that we should try to get involved in this?
Technically, we could get 6 more people, 4 guys and 4 girls.
We could get as many as we want. Well, maybe 15-person wilderness limit. So we can only get 14 on each side.
But I'm saying if we do 4 guys and 4 girls, there could be 8 new FKTs with that format. Oh, wait. Yeah. Is it gender? It is gender, right? FKT?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get 6 more people. 2 more guys and 4 girls.
Okay. And then what would it be like? Everyone's FaceTimed in and someone shoots a gun off, and that's when you go on each side.
Yeah.
Like,
We could get Laz. He can live
oh,
stream a gun shoot off for us.
or smoking a cigarette.
Yeah. Yeah. Cigarette.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. What did you go last year or last time you did the Colorado Trail? What direction and what route around the collegiates did you take?
I did, what would it be? Durango to Denver. So west to
Okay.
east. And then collegiate east.
Okay. I did the same. So yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Exactly. But I did unsupported and you did supported. So
Yeah, you did.
you were faster for sure. And we both made films about it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because your film guy like had to hide from you or something, right? Since it was self-supported or unsupported.
Yeah, we just couldn't have contact. And then they changed the rules so that no one can film unsupported or self-supported adventures anymore.
After you were done.
Yeah, they changed it because of me. So it's the Jeff Garmire rule.
Yeah.
Sorry, all you filmmakers.
That's a good achievement, I guess.
I like ruined the career of many filmmakers hoping to make self-supported films. Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. At least you got something out of it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's brainstorm. Who would be good for this endeavor? I feel like Sally McRae I want to see do this.
Yeah.
She should be one of them.
Sally and I want to see Courtney back out there.
Yeah, she's got the experience, at least half of it. Yeah.
Yeah, more than half.
Yeah, I think
over 300 miles.
Yep. Okay. So yeah, she's up there.
Obviously, Rachel.
Yeah, Rachel could be in there. Are there any Europeans? Because we want to be global. We got to get that reach.
What about I'm sad I forgot her name. She runs from Mount to Coast.
Meg Eckert?
No. I think her name starts with an M though.
Manu?
What?
She won the Triple Crown of 200s last year?
Yes.
Manu something. Yes.
Yeah, she runs from Mount to Coast, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Manuela.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, she'd be great.
Okay. So we're only picking people good at 200s, obviously, it seems like. and then Killian Korth, because you got a vendetta.
Yes, I want to race. Well, I don't know if he's announced this, but I think he's actually going after that sometime in the near future. Has he talked about I want to announce it for him.
Yeah, no, he's probably put it out there many times that he's doing our thing we just came up with in 2027.
Well, I don't think he knows he's doing it with us. He's going after the FKT, but we're going to show up next to him and join him, I guess.
We're announcing that we're going after it with Killian.
Yes, exactly. But we still need a 4th person. Who would that be? Okay. Eli's getting into 200s.
Eli who?
I don't know how to say his last name. Wahebi?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to say it either.
Yeah,
okay.
Wehbe, Webb. Maybe it's
and,
web.
and then I've got it. And then Andy Glaze will be the constant follow cam for the whole thing.
Yes. He'll be out there getting his 100-mile run streak in the middle of it all with us.
All right. I think we've got this set. It's going to be
Sweet.
perfect.
Yeah, it's going to happen. So just text all these people and say, hey, here's the date. We're doing this.
Should we send out save the dates? Just like a wedding type of thing?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. To rein us back in and maybe give someone listening something to take away. How do you plan out these? So say going into Arizona Monster 300, you've never done it before. How do you plan out things? Do you have your overall goal, and then how do you even know what's realistic to hit and things like that for like a goal for these things?
First of all, I'm not a good planner, so I haven't done a lot of planning yet.
Join the club. We're going to be so good at this Colorado Trail adventure thing.
No, that's what I have Ben Light for. He does all my planning for me. But like, so fortunately for me, like, because my goal is to win the monster, like Candace puts on in the manual, like the expected times for the front runner. And so like my goal is to beat the course record by 10 hours. So the current course record is 86 hours and some change. I wanted to do it in 75 hours. But then I looked at Candace's splits and she has the front runner finishing in like 72 hours. So I was like, okay, that's the new goal. Just out of convenience, she has the time set up for the aid stations already. I gave that to my crew. So, I mean, that's another uninspiring answer for you. I just kind of set a goal and then look to see what Candace has in the manual, and then I change my goal to that, basically.
Will you race somebody if they go out faster than your splits? Will you try to keep up in the beginning, or will you just settle into your plan?
No, I've done this enough to know that that's stupid.
Yeah, very fair. I mean, that I talked to Pete after Monster last year, and he was like, I've never slept so much in a race in my life. So you have like 10 hours to make up, where he slept for like 10 hours over the thing. So
yeah,
there's your 10 hours right there.
Exactly. I'm planning on sleeping like an hour, so there's 9 hours right there easily.
When will that hour fall? Do you know where you're gonna sleep?
The second night.
Okay.
So
and then
Saturday night.
At a specific aid station, or is that all by feel when you're
It's
out
usually a dirt nap.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That's brutal. An hour dirt nap or in pieces?
It'll be like 20 to 30 minutes the Saturday night, and then another 20 to 30 minutes Sunday night. And then hopefully when I get my goal, I won't have to go through Monday night, so I'll be good.
Wow. Yeah, that sounds fun. Maybe I'll sign up for Monster next year. Not. We've got the Colorado Trail to train for. I can't put anything else on the schedule. It's Coconut and Colorado. Yeah.
And you have to do my race next year too.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could do it this year, but just doesn't work out. Next year though, I'll let you guys sort out all the logistics, get your planning all in order, and next year I'll be out there.
Let the shit show happen first, and then come next year. Let me figure the race direct for first.
Totally. Yeah. Just get your experience first. All right. The last thing we got to wade into is you made a little bit of a splash on the internet with being a kid growing up milking cows and listening to the Backstreet Boys. Do you have anything to say about this big news that came out?
I'm just surprised it's news. I haven't tried hiding it. Like I did really well at posting to my story last year while I was at that Backstreet Boys concert. So I don't know why this is news, but
yeah, I guess it just didn't take off before. What other bands do you listen to?
So I kind of revealed a little bit in that podcast. Like have you heard of do you play like board games? Am I the only runner? Yeah. Have you heard of the game Hitster?
No.
If you're into music, this is like the funnest game I've ever played. There's a huge stack of cards that all have QR codes on them. You scan the QR code and then your phone starts playing a song. And so the point of the game is you try to create a timeline. So you try to figure out what year the song came out, and then you put it in front of you. So if it's 1976, the next song, you try to figure out if it's before 76 or after 76. And then obviously the more cards you have, the harder it gets because the gaps get smaller. And then you get bonus points if you name the group and the song. And so like I try not to like get all prideful, but like I'm pretty good at that game. And that is only because I'm number 5 of 5 kids. The closest sibling to me is 11 years older than me. And then my oldest siblings are 16 and 15 years older than me. And so I grew up with my dad, who loves the Beatles, the Beach Boys, Creedence Clearwater, the Doobie Brothers, my 2 brothers, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, Pearl Jam, and then my 2 sisters, Destiny's Child, TLC, the Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears, and then you got me, who's like Jimmy Eat World, Three Doors Down. So I have a wide variety of music that I listen to, and the Backstreet Boys is at the top for whatever reason. I don't know why, but they are.
Wow, you must be the most well musically versed runner out there with that kind of spread from the Beatles to modern day.
I got all the playlists on my phone, and I cycle through all of them in these 200s.
Do your kids like them too? Like your music? Yeah.
They say they don't, but I catch them singing it sometimes. So, but I mean, to be fair, they got catchy music. So even if you don't like them, especially that "Tell Me Why" song.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, it's hard to deny how catchy it is. And, you know, when you're singing along with it, you're getting the vibe going, the energy's coming back, you're running again.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, things are looking up.
I could just have the most depressing day of my life, but you play that song for me, my head will kind of start going side to side. I'll start dancing and just letting it all out.
Wow, that is amazing. Sawyer is a sponsor of the show, and we hope they come back for the full year. We had a 3-month agreement, and we are nearing the end of that, and I probably need to reach out and see if they're aboard coming back for more. But why Sawyer? Well, their sunscreen is amazing. It's called the Stay Put sunscreen, and you don't even have to reapply. You probably should, but if you forget, you don't need to. It works really good. Allison even bought some with her own money before they were a valued sponsor of the show. They've also got permethrin. It's becoming tick season, and ticks are bad. You don't want to mess with that. Alpha-gal or Lyme disease, of which I have friends that have those issues. So treat your stuff with permethrin, and it'll last multiple washes. Get Sawyer stuff anywhere it's sold, obviously, like Cabela's, Walmart, online.
I changed a race distance so I could go to that concert.
Oh, no, I was on 2-speed. I didn't listen to that part.
So there's a bike race I did. It's called Hoodoo. It's in southern Utah. I was signed up for the 500-mile loop. And I had it all planned out. Like, we're going to do this bike race in southern Utah, then drive an hour and a half south the next day to go to the Backstreet Boys concert. Like, tickets were purchased and everything. A week or 2 before the race, I was reading through the manual. This shows how terrible I am with planning. But like, I was looking at the manual and I was like, crap, my race starts a day later than what I thought it was starting. I don't know how I messed that up. And so I was like, if I do the 500-mile race, I'm missing the Backstreet Boys. So I dropped from the 500 to the 300, finished at like 3 a.m., hopped in the car, drove down to Vegas, and went to the Backstreet Boys later that day. So I was very committed to that concert.
That is amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Last real question, unless more is sparked. So you say you're bad at planning, but I've heard from your athletes that you give really good pre-race calls, like before, especially these 200s and stuff. What are you telling them, and what are you offering them that they say is so good?
Who's told you that?
Some of your athletes that I did deep research with.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad to hear they're saying that.
Yeah.
That's
what goes into these? What are you telling them that's the secret why they're so happy of what they hear?
I mean, for the 200 specifically, I have a lot of people that do 200s. Like for Cocodona, for example, if everybody I coach gets off the wait list plus who's in it right now, I'll have 14 athletes at Cocodona. So usually there's a fair amount, like I think 7's the least I've had for a 200.
Mhm.
So we'll do a Zoom call where I'll pull up the map. And obviously I can't do this for ones like the Divide, ones that I haven't done. But like
Mhm.
the ones that I've done, I'll go through the Cal Topo with them and just give them, it's usually like an hour and a half to 2 hour call, and give them just as much detail as I can. So like for Cocodona, like I'll be like, hey, this section is as hard as it sounds, even though 4 liters is the requirement. Like if you're going to be mid to back of pack for this section, you might want to consider 5 liters or 6 liters or whatever. Like just give
Mhm.
as much detail as I can based off of my own experience. Like Mingus Mountain, like I'll be like,
Yeah.
hey, on the elevation profile, this section from Mingus to Jerome looks pretty chill, but it's a lot harder than it looks. There's a lot more uphill than what you think. It's rocky and technical, so it's a slow downhill. So don't like mentally think this is going to be easy. So as
Mhm.
much detail like that as I can give as we're going through like the Cal Topo. That's usually what we do.
Yeah, well, there's your feedback from an anonymous source. Not to reveal my sources, but whatever you're doing, they really appreciate it, and it's really good. So,
Thank you.
congratulations.
I feel like I'm a good planner for other people, but for myself, like this is probably this is probably TMI, but I know if I'm like thinking about a race too much based off of how bad it makes me feel in my gut and how bad I have to go number 2. I'll start talking to my wife about a race. I'm like, I can't do this. I have to go poop. It's too early to talk about this right now.
I mean, it is so true. We talked a little bit offline before, but like when you coach, I feel like I put way more into like planning and spreadsheets and stuff for
Yeah.
athletes and research. And then for me, it's like, I'll figure it out. I've
Yeah.
done this before. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got
it's
that's a certain personality, because like Ben Light, like he's the polar opposite of you and I. Like he has a spreadsheet planned out with all the details months in advance. Like I don't think it's just me and you. I don't think it's that way with everybody. Like it might just be special for me and you and maybe a select other few.
I hope not, because a world with just people like us would just be like walking around with no idea what's going to happen next.
It'd be chaos.
Yeah, it would be good for no one, but it would be exciting. You'd never know what's going to
True.
happen.
You don't know what you're gonna get. Like that box of chocolates Forrest Gump quote.
Yeah, exactly. That's how we live our lives. You never know what each day is going to bring.
Yeah. That makes it funner. I like that.
Exactly. Well, thanks so much for coming on. I mean, you never know where these conversations are going to go, but hopefully you had a good time too. And we started with hybrid rock star, and we end by showing that you are a hybrid athlete.
I just learned what that was like a month ago, by the way. My wife did her first Hyrox, and when
Mhm.
she got back, she's like, "Do you know what Hyrox stands for?" And when she told me, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad I'm not doing that right now." It's
And
like,
you're like, hold on, I got to go to the bathroom after hearing that.
yeah, yeah, no hybrid rock star this year, just an ultra runner.
Thank God you're back, and we're glad. He's back.
Backstreet's back. All right.
And with that, we're out. Thank you for listening to the show. I hope you enjoyed it. Now go fill out your Outdoor March Madness bracket if you'd like. We like to have staples that we provide year round. One, we provide the Jeffries, the best award show in sports. And if you don't know it, wow, you are going to love it. We also provide the month of Jeff, of which everyone we interview is named Jeff. So another good lighthearted thing. And I think we have just added Outdoor March Madness. So you guys just really get to benefit from my ability to push myself above and beyond in so many useless endeavors in the hopes of finally achieving success, at least in therapy. So thank you guys for listening. If you want to support the show, there's Patreon. You can go over to Substack, freeoutside.substack.com, something like that. You can Google that. Subscribe on YouTube. 5 stars really helps, I think. Other than that, it's been fun to be here. If you're looking for a place to jump in, because we have over 200 episodes, The most popular ones have been the Barkley episodes, of course, the Cocodona 250 episodes, and the Appalachian Trail episodes, and then randomly Ben Demon. So that apparently was a good interview by me. So good job. All right. I hope you guys have a good time with whatever it is you're doing. We also have a Strava club called Free Outside. That's all I got, guys. Stay elite, my friends.